What's up, YouTube? It's Pokey Professor Will here, and today I got a shipment from FR Skates in regards to the Neo 310s. So this is the third video of my review series of the Neo Dual 2 310 skates. If you've been following along on my last video, I noted some issues with the frames, particularly the axle slots were stripping. 2 out of the 3 frames that I have used of the Neo D frames have stripped in some way. So, but FR sent me a set of replacement frames, and these are not the Neo D frames. These are the R2 246 millimeter wheelbase 310 frames. These typically come on your FR2 310s. So a little bit of an upgrade for the frames. I did tell them that I didn't really want to skate the Neo D frames anymore because I had so many issues, and that was their solution, is to send me a different pair of frames, which I'm very happy that they did that. And so the process went as I reached out to Thorough, who I bought the Neo skates from, let them know the issue. I also reached out to FR the same night and let them know the issue, sent them some pictures, and their response was very sincere. I'm going to read part of the email. So they say, "Hello, Will. We're sorry to hear that you had some issues with the second frame too. All our products are for sure tested before launching, and we didn't have any other negative feedback for those frames," referring to the Neo Ds. "Thank you for the photos and comments. It's very useful. We already contacted our factory to double check everything. Unfortunately, some individual issues may arrive, so we will check everything for the next production." So that response to me was very sincere. They got the replacement frames to me very quickly. So I was really happy about the response from FR and the haste in the process. So going back to the Neo D frames, this is the first one that I had issues with, and the particular axle slot that is stripped on this one is the front. This is a right frame. And so you can see if I try to tighten the axle, it just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. And I mean, you can push it in all the way. It doesn't engage anymore, unfortunately, right? And so the second one that I had issues with was the left frame, which these are the 2 original frames. The first one I had issues with was the right original frame. The second one that I had issues with was the left original frame, right? And so the rear axle slot on this one is the same way, same situation here, right? And to me, that made me think that the frame metal is too soft, maybe. Another thing that could be possible is that the axles were just over tightened by the factory, right? So if we look at this middle axle, it is engaged into the slot quite well, right? And this is the left frame. See, that axle just fell out. That I have issues with on the back axle, but this middle axle seems fine, right? And I'm really forcing it. I'm going to go ahead and try to strip it and see what happens, because this frame is already toasted anyways. Ooh, so you hear that pop. Now it's probably stripped, right? Okay, yeah. It's more stripped than it was. I wouldn't trust to ride on that at this point. But you can see that it took quite a bit of force. Like I had to really spin that to get it to strip, right? So this is the other frame that is stripped, the front slot here, right? Oops, there we go. Let's go ahead and do the same thing to the middle slot, see how much force it takes. This frame is toast anyways, right? I can't use these 2 frames. So we'll just sacrifice. Okay, so another pop. Pop, pop. Right, and now this one is stripped. Mostly. Okay. It still engages Not really. It's just spinning now. Okay. I wouldn't trust writing on that. But again, you see that it took quite a bit of force to do that, right? So I don't know if the frame metal is too soft. Let's see, is this the right one? Let's do the back. Let's tighten this one. See what happens. Woo! That one didn't make a huge pop, but it's definitely stripped now. But it took quite a bit of force to do that. So the point here is that not all of the axle holes misbehaved. Some of them were functioning as exactly as one would expect. So I don't know what the deal was. The third frame, this is the replacement frame that they sent. All of these axles are just fine, right? This one is engaged. This one is engaged. And I mean, I have to really force it to turn it anymore. This one is engaged. I have to really force it to turn. I would trust riding on this frame. You know, I really would, based on how well the axles sit inside this replacement frame. So did I get unlucky twice? It's very possible. Hopefully it's just an issue on a few of the frames, and I am just one of those very unlucky few who got a lemon twice. But anyways, that's my experience with the frames. Other than that, I still really like the Neo duals. I'm gonna slap these frames on tonight, and I'm gonna probably go for a night skate on the duals, and I am very excited to do that. All right, so I think that's it for the Neo dual review series here. I am satisfied with the way that FR handled getting me the replacement frames, and their response to the situation is they're gonna double check with their factory. I hope that I didn't scare anybody off from purchasing these skates because these Neo dual density skates are very fun to ride, and the shell is just very unique. It's got a nice feel to it. So if by chance you do get a frame that is stripped from the factory, I would rest assured that FR will work with you to solve the problem. Their customer service was excellent in my case. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, leave them down below and I'll answer those, get back to you. Other than that, stay safe and we'll see you guys later. Bye.